Hey, it's signs Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Ascendant, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, and those cross-watching. In today's reading, we are going to take a look and see why did your person ghost you, why did they pull away, or why are they acting strange, distant, or weird lately. There is going to be a part 2 to this reading, guys, and in part 2 we'll just continue on with the messages and go into a little bit more detail. Part 2 will be made available via the extension link below. Also, for those of you interested in a personalized reading, as this is a general one, feel free to reach out and inquire. My email address is going to be listed below the video. Otherwise, let's go ahead and take a look and see, what are the reasons, the real reasons for this person ghosting you or pulling away emotionally, physically, just acting weird all of a sudden. Interesting. Okay, you've got some very interesting cards and you've got some very interesting messages. First of all, I think it's important for you to know that everything is not what it seems, okay? So if you have a certain opinion of this person and, the way in which things ended between the two of you or their behavior, it feels to me like you don't have all the information. All the information has not been made available to you. And there are some things that have been kept a secret, or there are some things that have been hidden about this person or about this situation, that if you were privy to them, if you did find out about these very things, it may potentially change things. It may change things in a positive way, or it may change things in a negative way. But it does feel to me like you don't have all the information to necessarily make up your mind about this person, or you don't have all the information accessible to you. There are blockages with this person's energy. This person is, there are emotional blockages from what I'm seeing. I feel like this person does want this 10 of Cups, ideally seeing this happily ever after. They do want commitment. They do want to find the one. They do want true love and happiness, and the storybook romance. This is something that they want, but at the same time, it's funny because even though this is something that they want, whether they're aware of it or not, this is something that they currently said no to, especially with regards to your connection with this person, because it did have potential, but at the same time, this person blocked that, or they allowed for certain obstacles, whether it's their emotional or behavioral patterns. They allowed for certain things to get in the way, or they just sort of shut down. Okay, this is someone who's just very closed off, very emotionally reserved, very guarded, and they sort of just closed down, even though they could have had this with you. So when it came to them opening up their heart chakra, when it came to them being open and vulnerable with you, this is what you got instead. This Two of Swords, like a brick wall, no contact. Maybe even they've blocked your number, or you've just been met with silence, which is causing a lot of you confusion, a lot of emotional disorientation and confusion. The Tower card is what maybe resulted from all of this. This is someone who may have just, very quickly ghosted you, even though things were going great and, you guys were getting along very well. All of a sudden, one day, no contact, no communication, just disappeared. Poof, vanished like a ghost, dissipated into thin air with no rhyme or reason as to, why. So it's caused a bit of a Tower moment. Like all of a sudden, you felt like you were getting along and you were building a connection, and you might have even been telling all your friends and family about them, and then they just vanished. Wheel of Fortune, your paths are going to cross again. Okay, you will hear from this person again, you will see them again. I'll go into this in more detail. You will get a second chance. The universe, even though the universe has removed couldn't get that out. Even though the universe has removed this person from your life, the universe will ensure that destiny will bring this person back into your life, and that you will get a second chance. So there might be a second chance encounter. There may be an opportunity for reconciliation or to reconnect. This person is having a hard time processing their emotions. They may be having their own personal tower moments right now in their life, which could be one of the reasons as to why this person suddenly went very distant on you, why they went cold and distant on you, or why they ghosted you, or why they just ended things very quickly and very abruptly. It may have something to do with the fact that there are certain things that this person is going through. It feels like it's upheaval, it's emotional anguish. They may have lost their job, they may have, there are some just personal things that are going on, and it's kind of thrown the ordinary world into chaos. And the way that this person responded, and whatever this tower moment, and however many of these tower moments that they're having, the way that this person responded is by blocking you, or by removing themselves from your life and from this connection. Okay. So don't personalize it, because I don't think it's anything that you've said or done. I think it has more to do with this person's their personal issues. These tower moments could be external, okay? So it could be a job loss, it could be, something's going on with their family or their friends, or it could be internal. They may be experiencing some really overwhelming emotions. They may have felt these emotions towards you. Maybe they felt, some very new and exciting emotions, and they just got a bit panicked. They got a little bit, scared. They freaked out and they pulled away. I am seeing cycles, okay? I do see, and I do see patterns etched in the Wheel of Fortune as well as the Pentacle here. I think this is what this person does. I think as soon as things start getting real, as soon as relationships start deepening and strengthening, this person pulls away. Okay, this is like a defense mechanism. This is a protective measure. This person is scared. They're scared of opening up. They're scared of being vulnerable. This person is afraid. So they want to love you, but they're afraid. There are certain blockages that are getting in the way. It could be external obstacles, okay? So some of you could be doing long distance, and maybe this person is, a little bit put off by the fact that long distance might be, too much of a challenge and too much of a struggle to make this work. It could be certain people around you and them that could be opposing this connection, and therefore are causing opposition and obstacles. It could just be that this person's own, internal and emotional turmoil, okay? Their inner turmoil, their inner storm, this is what's causing them to act the way that they're acting. So this is them, essentially, it's them self-sabotaging and jeopardizing this relationship, this connection. I don't think they're doing too well right now with the Strength in reverse. I think there's something going on with this person. I don't think they're in a really good space. I think there are some things that have been very overwhelming, that have been a little bit too much for them. I'm also seeing that there's a lot of confusion. This person is very confused as to what to do. They may potentially be wanting to reconnect with you right now. They may even want to reach you. Either they have a hard time accessing you, so maybe you've blocked them, or maybe they've blocked you and they're wondering whether or not they should unblock you, or they're wondering what you might, what will they say and how will you respond. They may feel like they have a hard time, they have restricted access to you, or have a hard time accessing you, or they may have a hard time accessing their emotions and figuring out what it is that they want. So they're a little bit confused. Should they reach out? Should they not? And if they do, what will they say? What won't they say? How will you respond? Will you respond at all? Like, will they embarrass themselves? Will they feel rejection? So there's all these different questions that are going on and on in this person's head, and it's causing them to feel overwhelmed, which is already adding to this overwhelming nature of theirs. So the Moon card, there is this sense of duality as well. I feel like with your person there is a bit of an inconsistencies. How they feel doesn't necessarily align with how they act. So they may feel strong feelings for you, but they don't necessarily act by supporting that, or they act in contradiction to that. It's just that this person is emotionally confused. They do have regrets. They certainly have regrets about the way in which they've behaved, or about the way in which they've ended things with you. So there's this sense of remorse, and they look back. I feel like this is something that they look back on in disappointment. They're disappointed in themselves. They wish that maybe they've spoken to you about what really is going on with them. They wish that they had let you in a little bit, but they don't know how to. See, most of their lives, this is someone who's been very closed off, someone who's been very guarded, and it's it's just how they've always been. That's the only way of explaining it away. It's how they've always been. So for them to be any other way, that's what's so unfamiliar to them. So they don't know how to, right? They don't know how to. So this is someone who's struggling. They're struggling with their emotional or behavioral patterns. Some of those patterns of theirs can be self-sabotaging, it can be jeopardizing, it can be very unhealthy, but this person is still struggling to find out, why they do what they do and why they sabotage. Because I feel like they recognize it, they stuff things up with you, or they recognize that this had potential. That recognition could be the very thing why they freaked out and panicked in the first place. That recognition could be, that they fear the potential this relationship has. They fear success as much as they fear failure. So it's, I think it's a combination of things. This person also feels like maybe everything is not lost between the both of you. Like, even though they stuff things up, there just may be a second chance, or they feel as though if this is meant to be, the universe will bring the two of you together again, or they feel like you'll get a second chance. And there's some truth to that, because with the Wheel of Fortune, this is the card of fate, this is the card of destiny, and to me it feels like the destiny hasn't been realized here. So the destiny is, the destiny still has to complete this mission between you and your person. So they will be back. You will hear from this person. So even if they've blocked your number, if they're not contacting you right now, or even if it feels like, for you, nope, there's no way that you guys are going to get back together or be on speaking terms, there will be. Even if you think, there's no way. Destiny has a funny way of rearranging things when it wants to. And let me tell you, I do see that this person is coming back. We'll explore that in more detail in part 2, so follow me to part 2 via the extension link below. Thanks guys for your time, your energy and your attention. If you haven't already, please show your support by liking, sharing or subscribing to the channel. Bye!